Hey everyone, it is Monday morning, meaning it's time for another Motivational Monday, and I'm here with my buddy, John Luke Blanton. John Luke is a member of our church at Urbana UMC, and he has grown up in this church. I think this is the only church you really only known. Maybe you're another one, but you were really little.
Years when I was really little.
Really little. So we've watched him grow up. You are now, what's your age and grade and where you go to school?
I'm 17. I'm a junior at Mechanicsburg High School.
Awesome. So yeah, again, we've watched him grow up. It was like a couple weeks ago. You didn't have a beard. Now you have a beard, John Luke. You're just getting older and older every time I see you. But we're so proud of you. And he does a lot with our worship, both services, whether he's playing a cello or guitar today at church, and sometimes djembe and some piano. Yep. So John Luke, we're here today to talk about an opportunity you have.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about what's going on and the opportunity that's going on in your life?
So at the end of August, I was with a friend, and he mentioned to me that he was going on a trip to Thailand, and he said that they were looking for someone else to join them in their group. There were 3 of them at that point, and they wanted a 4th member to join the group. Mm-hmm. So he mentioned it to me, and this was on a drive home after a fun day spent together, and right away as he told me that, I was drawn to it. I mean, I got really excited. I thought it could be a good opportunity. Mm-hmm. So this trip to Thailand, it's October. At the end of October, our set date to leave is the 27th. Okay. So coming up very quickly.
Next month.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much a month away, exactly. And so.
Yeah. So what is the trip about? It's not just a vacation, is it?
No, it's not just a vacation. Yeah, this is a mission trip to serve at the Eastern Mennonite Mission's Southeast Asia retreat for missionaries all around Southeast Asia.
So Mennonite missionaries who are serving in Southeast Asia.
The surrounding area, all the nations around Thailand, and we're all meeting in Chiang Mai, Thailand, which is northern in the mountains, and we're meeting there. So just for them to have a week of rest, mm-hmm. and to just recalibrate and mm-hmm. Just have a fulfilling week spiritually, and with their families, and they can not have to stress about their mm-hmm. work, and they can just relax.
Yep, rest. Sabbath is good.
Yes.
God commands us to rest.
Yeah.
So it's an opportunity to minister to missionaries who are there, to work with them and give them rest. And I think you specifically said their kids, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of these missionaries have children.
The kids. And so my friend who invited me, he is a missionary kid. His parents are missionaries, and he it's something really close to his heart. And mm-hmm. I've come to realize that he talks about how as a missionary kid, a lot of times he felt like the kids were overlooked. Sure. Everyone is focused on the parents, and mm-hmm. I mean they're the workers, but sometimes the kids, you're
just along for the ride.
Exactly. And
right.
So I hope to be a true blessing to the kids. Yeah. And be a role model and just a friend to them, and be there for them.
Yeah.
Not overlook them.
So how long will you be there?
Our trip is 10 days, and a week of that is at the retreat at a resort in mm-hmm. Chiang Mai, and but the first 3 days we're there, we'll be staying in different houses of missionaries around the city of Chiang Mai, just to get an experience of what it's like mm-hmm. to live there and see their work and their average day.
So you've been on mission trips with us before.
Yeah, I think two.
You've done Camden, New Jersey, right? Which is just really kind of Philadelphia East.
Yeah.
And then
the Navajo Nation,
Arizona. Yeah. And so this will be your first international time.
Yes. Yeah. It's been my first time overseas. Yeah. I've been to Canada, but I've never flown before, so
all right.
Really exciting.
And you got your passport?
Yeah, just yesterday. Came in from the mail. We had it expedited because we were a little worried because the dates.
Yep.
So the day after I found out about the trip, we got served. I think it was 2 days later we got the pictures taken for my passport because it needed renewed.
So quick turnaround, but so far things are starting to work out.
On course.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have my passport, and now I just focus on getting funds for the plane ticket.
So what's the amount of funding you're looking for that you need to raise up until October 27th?
Yeah, I'm trying to get up to $2,500 for the round trip tickets, and once we're in Thailand, everything is paid for.
Okay. So plane tickets.
Yeah, plane tickets.
Yep.
So just to get there.
Great. So if we were to want to support you in this endeavor, I mean, there's a couple things that we can do. He has a Venmo account set up, right? Designated to this trip.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I made it. I've never used Venmo before, and I set it up for this. So.
Yeah. And so you can give digitally that way. Also here at the church, you can drop off a check or cash, and you can label it John Luke Mission Trip or Blanton Mission Trip, whatever works for you. And then you have an email that people can email you, ask questions, and maybe get more information.
Yeah, jlblanton0521@gmail.com.
Great. So there's a few ways. So, this is Motivational Monday, right? And we motivate people. So what is your motivation for this thing? And what would you encourage other people? How would you think they should be motivated this way?
Yeah. I'd say personally, I really am interested in seeing the world and traveling, and that's like my personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just to experience new cultures, and that's like, I don't know. I admire people that do that, and but just to see how different ways people worship around the world, and how we can all worship the same God, but I mean it's just separate. There's so much to experience, and then I feel like I don't want to get locked into just one way of seeing God, and so I just think it's so interesting, and I admire people that try to reach people that don't know Christ. That's so amazing to me, and I think missions work is something I could definitely be interested in the future, and I think this would be just a good experience.
The church is global, and we get locked in on our Sunday mornings here in America.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's great, and God is good through those moments, but there is this happening all around the world, and from sun up to sundown, 24 hours a day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I know when the Ukraine war started happening this year, I just, there are Methodist churches in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And I just thought about, here we come on a Sunday morning, we're in our nice pews and chairs, and yet there are people who are worshiping with bombs exploding over their heads, or just wanting to worship but can't even. And, we have that blessing here for sure, but there are different ways people worship.
Yeah. I want to experience that all and just get a feel for everything that's up there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, John Luke. I mean, it's an exciting opportunity, and I mean, we encourage people to do vision trips all the time. Again, you've been on 2 of them already.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the culture between Camden, New Jersey, and Navajo Nation, vastly different.
Very different.
Experiences compared to Urbana, Ohio.
Yeah.
And that happens again globally, and the way God still moves in all. You saw God move at Camden, and you saw God move at Navajo, and you see God move at Urbana, but He's also moving in Thailand too.
Yeah.
So, well, we would love if you would choose to support John Luke in this mission opportunity. And again, there's a few ways that you can do that. You can see it on the screen, and we look forward to hearing back from you. But thanks for sitting down with us, John Luke, and we're so glad that you're doing this, and we're praying that all will go well and that God shows up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, so we love you guys. Be motivated to step out to see how God is working around the world. We'll see you next week.